Sometimes it's handy to know how much internet bandwidth you're using at a given period of time. I will show you how to measure this usage from your DSL router. First thing we're going to need to do is log into the DSL router, and we do this by entering the internet address, the IP address of the router, which is 192.168.1.1. Go ahead and press enter. It's going to prompt you for a username and password. The username is user and the password is user. Go ahead and click OK to log in. Now we're logged into the router. One of the things I need to point out is that I am using Internet Explorer here to log in. We've seen some issues with Firefox, so if you are using Firefox and it doesn't work so well, try another browser. Try Internet Explorer, Chrome, Safari, or something else other than Firefox. Now that we're logged into the DSL router, we want to look at the statistics on the router. So we're going to go here to Device Info, and we're going to look at Statistics, and we're going to look at the LAN side. Now some of you really smart guys might wonder why we're not looking at the WAN side or the WAN side, and that would probably be the better place to look, but for some reason on these routers those statistics seem to be kind of bogus, so don't seem to be working right. So we're going to look at the LAN side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I've got a stopwatch here, I'm going to go ahead and click Reset to Statistics and measure countdown for 1 minute and then look at the statistics then. So here we go. I'm going to do reset, and I started my stopwatch. Now what I'm going to probably do here is pause until we're almost done, till the 1 minute's up, and then we'll come back and tell you what we're doing here. Alright, our minute is just about up, so I'm going to go ahead and click the LAN to refresh the screen. And now, before it refreshes again, I'm going to do a copy. Selected it all and did a Control-C to copy that. I'm going to go into Microsoft Word and I'm going to paste this. So I've got the statistics already here. This way, we just pretty much want a snapshot. Now, what happens is the transmitted bytes are the amount, is the data that you're downloading. It's actually transmitting from the router to your computer or to your Roku box or whatever it is you're doing. And the received is what is your upload, or what's being received to the router from your computer. So we are kind of interested in the download, and I have a movie going on my Roku box, Netflix movie. It's a high definition movie, so I'm going to see how much capacity that Netflix movie is using. Now one of the things about Netflix is that it's going to use a high definition. If you don't have a very good connection or a slower connection, it's going to lower the quality a little bit. Now it may not be something you notice, but just be aware that if you have a slower connection, the quality of the video is not going to be as good. So now what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to add up all the transmitted bytes in this column, and I'm going to go ahead and pause while I do that so you don't have to watch me add. Okay, what I've done here is I've added up all the bytes in this column and come up with this number right here. So now, what the internet, we primarily deal in bits and not bytes, so we need to do a conversion. And there are 8 bits in a byte, so what we need to do is we need to multiply this number by 8, so we're going to times 8. And then what we're going to need to do is, since we want bits per second and we've measured for 60 seconds, we're going to want to divide by 60. So we're going to do divide, and then we're going to do 60, and then enter. Now this is going to show you how much we're using right now. And you can see that we're using almost, or about 5 megabits. Now, there is some overhead here. There's some extra stuff going on between the router and the Roku box and the computers that doesn't actually go out over the internet. And that overhead's about 10%. So you can subtract about 10% off this number. And you can see this high definition Netflix movie is using about 4.5 megabits. That's kind of interesting. You might want to know that if you have maybe 2 TVs in your house and you want to watch 2 high definition movies and you've got a 6 megabit connection. Your video quality will probably not be as good because it will not be high definition. The quality will be a little bit lower. So I guess another thing we can do is look at the upload. In most cases, our DSL modem, the upload is about 800 kilobytes. So we're going to go ahead and I'll just go ahead and add these up. I'm going to once again pause it so we can so you don't have to watch me add, and then we'll go through the conversion process and we'll see how much we're using on the upload side. So let me go ahead and pause this. Maybe. Okay, what I've done here is I've added all the bytes together in the received column, or what we consider the upload, because this is the received from your computer, your device, to the router. So your computer is uploading to the router, so the router is receiving it. And now we want to convert from bytes to bits. So remember, we multiply by 8, so times 8. Now we're going to want to divide by the sample period, which was 60 seconds. We measured it over 60 seconds. So we want to divide by 60. And we can see we're using about 48 kilobytes on the upload. Not a whole lot there. So now you know how to measure your usage on your DSL router. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 702-397-2601, or if you decide it's time to upgrade, you can also give us a call. Thank you for your time.